everybody, and welcome to Punchlines. I am Frank Nicotero, longtime comedian, lifelong sports fan. It is Halloween. Ow, ow, ow! I'm going to howl every week on the show because I howled last week on National Howling Moon Day. Very exciting day. The NFL trade deadline will end at the end of this show. Late breaking news. There it is right there. Chase Young, former overall number 2 pick, is going to the 49ers. So the 49ers dressed up on Halloween as Super Bowl champs. That's an unbelievable pickup for them. It is October 31st, Halloween. Last night was the sports equinox that Ryan loved to talk about. It's the equinox is when all 4 major sports play on the same night, right? You have baseball, you got football, you got hockey, you got NBA. Okay. And if you it was only 30th time it's ever happened, but if you want to count MLS, it was only the 9th time. If you want to count soccer, do we want to count soccer? Ryan McCormick, our producer.
I don't think we want to count.
You got a little
soccer.
something on your face there, Ryan. You got a little.
I don't know what you're talking
on
about.
Your nose there. We're not going to see that yet, but there it is, Ryan. What happened there? Did you get stung by a mosquito?
No.
Is that literally your Halloween costume?
No. We'll see more throughout the show.
Oh, he's going to build. It's going to be a slow build. I am wearing. You guys probably recognize this from our premiere episode, the orange and black theme that I did with our co-host. I'll introduce in a second. But it is October 31st, Halloween. I am dressed up as Uncle Joey from Full House, Dave Coulier. Cut it out. I get that a lot. I get Dave Coulier. I get Brad Pitt. It happens all the time.
Rob Lowe.
I get Rob Peter North. All right. This is episode number 17. That was for you. Episode 17, Ryan. That means our little show is old enough to see an R-rated movie today. Maybe a scary movie since it's All Hallows Eve. So why don't we say hello to Ryan? We already did. Ryan, the nose is gone now. Okay, and now where's Ryan?
I don't know.
He has an accent with the mustache. Unbelievable.
At least it wasn't a German accent.
Yeah, right. And we might as well say hello to our co-host for the second day. He'll also be here tomorrow. He is dressed up as a World Series champ because he is one. It's Denny Neagle. There he is. There's the train noise. You didn't call for more trains yesterday. Oh, wait. What is your name, sir, who's now producing the show? It fell off.
Jacques Strep.
All right, Jacques, thank you for being here. It's very nice to see you. Why don't we talk about some bets? So Denny and I last night, I can't look at you seriously. I think it's time to make the donuts. He looks like the Dunkin' Donuts guy. Remember that commercial? Ann remembers it. Ryan, there used to be a commercial where a guy
We got another guy.
What's a commercial?
Hey, what's up, buddy? All right. And look, there's someone walking by dressed as a Barbie girl.
Is that our 500? 500.
That was Vaughn. Oh, my God, that was Greg Vaughn. He'll be on the show soon. I should mention that Greg Vaughn, all-star, hit 50 home runs in the big leagues. Greg will be on very soon. I didn't realize that was him. And we're back to our producer, Ryan, who can't keep a straight face. So last night, nailed it or failed it. Let's talk about some bets that we hit. Denny and I, you might have seen this on Twitter. Chris Andrews, the head of the sportsbook here, set us up with a booth. It was very nice. We had our own booth, and I was very excited because it was reserved. I felt like a big shot. And I walked up, and it said, "This booth is reserved for Denny Neagle." My name wasn't on it at all. So Chris, my name wasn't on it. He goes, "You win 20 games in the big leagues, you get your name on there." So that'll never
That's
happen.
right.
I did. I was a good wiffle ball player, though.
That's what I heard.
Wiffle ball. That's a lot of people. It's legend.
Back in the Berg.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Second
right
team
there.
All County.
Oh, yeah. On Ben Franklin Drive, Mike O'Day's house. So listen, last night we placed a bet. Oh, what is going on, Ryan? What is this now? Is that a?
It's a dinosaur mouth.
He's a dinosaur now. I know we have dinosaur fans watching. Okay. What kind of dinosaur are you right there? Producer Saurus. There you go. There it is.
It's Barney.
It's Barney. Can you do the Barney voice?
It's not purple.
It's not purple, but imagine
you.
There you go. See, that's probably in his wheelhouse, Barney, right?
Okay, boys and girls.
Yeah, right. So, nailed it or failed it. Denny and I nailed a bet last night. We took the Detroit Lions -4 in the first half, and we won.
I piggybacked off Frank. Hey, listeners out there, you got to listen to his advice, man.
That's right. Well, they're watching, too. It's not just radio.
There you go.
They
If you're
can see
watching,
us.
too.
So, we hit Detroit. We needed a touchdown, which was good, and we got the touchdown right before half. Yes.
If listeners stuck around to Sports by the Book, they got the Equinox parlay from Alex White.
Alex White? No way. She hit 4?
Nailed the Equinox parlay. She had 4 money lines. The Milwaukee Bucks beat the Miami Heat.
Okay.
The Boston Bruins beat the Florida Panthers.
Yes, 3-2 in overtime. For Tom Glavine.
Detroit Lions beat the Las Vegas Raiders.
Yeah.
And the Texas Rangers beat the Arizona Diamondbacks.
Wow.
Alex White with that. Wow, you put 100 on that. What are you paying on that? The money line.
I'm not sure. I didn't.
Man, that's nice.
That's got to be a good payoff.
Wow, very good. Way to go, Alex. All right, so nailed it. We nailed the bet. Failed it. I'm disappointed at myself. I failed to take video or pictures of the rambunctious, loud Raider fans that we had sitting next to us. So after Garoppolo does yet another boneheaded play for the Raiders, this guy, who, by the way, the smell was in the air, if you know what I'm saying.
He was not feeling any pain.
This guy was so funny. This guy grabs a garbage can from the deli, wheels it into the sports book, and he's had a few, and he's like, see this? This is Jimmy Garoppolo right here, garbage can. Denny and I almost fell out of the booth. He's like, this is it right here. And people are walking by looking at him, and he's like, this is Garoppolo, garbage can.
Well, we had Devontae open twice.
He had
for 2
Devontae
touchdowns.
Adams open that wide one, and Devontae came and threw the helmet. He was pissed. Well, that guy wheeled out the garbage can, and I should have taken video.
I think the garbage can would have hit Devontae on a couple of those passes.
Oh my God, it was so funny. And these guys, by the way, they had a boom box at their booth playing Michael Jackson songs throughout the game, so we could hear the game. But we also had "Wanna Be Starting Something." These guys were drinking. It was so fun. This is Jimmy Garoppolo right here. Did your mustache grow, Ryan? It's developed a handlebar. Are you Greek? Because you're growing hair very quickly.
Is that Ryan or is that Tom Selleck?
It might be Tom Selleck. Now, Magnum P.I. was a TV show back in the day with Tom Selleck. There is a new reboot, perhaps.
I was going to say, not the new guy.
Not the new guy one. So I want to talk about R-rated movies because I said this is show 17, Denny. 17. This is very exciting for us, and we're old enough to see an R-rated movie. It's Halloween. We want to talk about favorite scary movies. Do you have a favorite scary movie, and why? Because I imagine you probably saw it when you were younger.
I definitely saw it when I was younger.
Right.
I remember getting dropped off the theater by, I think, my mom, and then one of our friends' mom picked us up, but it was Halloween 2.
Okay.
Because I think I was about 13 or 14 years old when that one came out, and I just remember it was me and 2 friends, we're like, we're tough guys, we're going to see this, and all 3 of us are jumping, grabbing each other in the theater,
That's
trying to pretend like it's not scaring the crap out of us, but holy crap,
Halloween
I remember
2.
just being so scared.
And it was the theme's in that. It's in every one of them, right? Because we talked about yesterday, the Halloween theme is considered the scariest music by athletes. Some poll I saw, and Kobe Bryant used to use that as his pump-up music. That's how much of a killer.
I thought it was Randy Johnson.
Yeah, you went with Randy Johnson, the quiz. Don't worry, you can make it up today. We have another
I'll redeem myself.
Quiz for you coming up very shortly. My scariest R-rated movie, I saw it as a child. It was Nightmare on Elm Street. Not a child. I mean, I was like, I was probably, I think that came out in like 80. So I was like 12 or 13. But Freddy Krueger was, he became kind of like comical, right? He became like a wisecracking guy, But in the first one, he had these long arms, and there was a scene where he would run.
How's that for a wager?
Yeah, exactly. That for a wager. Yeah, and he scared the shit out of him. So, and Johnny Depp is in that movie, by the way.
Yep, the first one, yep.
And here's, I'm going to drop a name, ladies and gentlemen. I had a friend working at CBS. They were doing a pilot for a show called Freddy's Nightmares. And what they did was they found people and they would put them into the situation of their darkest nightmare. So this one girl had a nightmare where she was on the ledge of a building and she had to walk out on a plank and pick up pennies.
Oh my God.
So it was really weird. So they needed like a house to show like it was her at home cooking because they flew her in from out of town. So they shot it at my house. But the show was hosted by Robert Englund. So Freddy Krueger came into my house. Now he's not in full makeup, but he's still. The great thing about Robert Englund is he kind of personified Freddy, even not dressed up, right? So he came in, he had a long black trench coat, and I swear like a gust of wind came up, like when he walked in, he's like, hello, I'm Robert Englund. I'm like, I'm Frank. I'm like, I'm horrified of you. And then later on, just casually on my couch drinking a Coke, it was just like so weird to see Freddy Krueger in your house. Show didn't get picked up.
Please tell me he brought the claw hand with him.
He did have the claw, and I think he used it a couple times, and they did. The show never aired, but I thought.
But little did he know that you like that kind of stuff.
Yeah, well, I'm into just one hand. I don't like both hands with just one hand on there. All right, so Ryan, you probably have a scary movie, and it's probably something that came out in the last 10 years that Denny and I possibly haven't seen.
Well, we got live comments.
Oh, good.
We've got Wishmaster and Ginger Deadman 2.
Who said that?
Bob Dell and Paul.
And Paul. Okay, yeah. So I was in the Wishmaster. I believe I brought this up before. There is a still of it on the internet if we ever want. Here's my entire scene.
You played Dead Guy number 3?
I was pharmacy customer number 2. So I didn't have what it took to be number 1. So they go, no, there's something about number 2. I would like to do my entire scene from the Wishmaster right now. Hold on. Hey, buddy, are you okay? Thank you. That was good. Thank you very much. Throw roses later.
And you didn't get the Academy for that?
I did, but I got my SAG card, and that was very exciting. And Ginger Dead Man 2.
And now you just have saggy balls.
Yeah. And Ginger Dead Man 2. Oh, my God. There's the Wishmaster right there. That is not me in the Wishmaster. And here's the funny thing: they've made like 4 of them, like straight to video ones. That movie. That movie opened in the theater, and me and a bunch of friends went to Benihana before. I'm like, hey, we're gonna go see my big screen debut, right? So we get to Showcase Cinemas North in Pittsburgh, and we walk up. And it's opening on 2 theaters. It's a Friday night. It's opening on 2 theaters. And my friend Bob Dell, he's the one. I know he knows the story. We walk up and we hand our tickets. And Bob goes, wow, I can't believe it's playing on 2 screens. And the guy takes our tickets and goes, I can't believe it's playing on 1. And he gave us the tickets. I'm like, hey, I'm in this movie. So, yeah. But anyway, I was in that. And then, Ginger Dead Man 2, Passion of the Crust. I play a seedy movie producer. So I don't even remember. But that was a fine movie as well. So that's my big thing. So
I'd
anyway,
actually say
what's that?
I'd actually say Paranormal Activity.
Paranormal Activity is spooky. Now that was where the camera was set up in the bedroom and all
surveillance
the
cameras. Yep.
I just saw Blumhouse does all these movies. That was their first big movie, and the guy was on Shark Tank as a guest shark. He said that movie cost it was either $15,000 or $50,000, grossed well over $100 million. Worldwide, all the sequels have grossed nearly $1 billion. It's the most profitable movie of all time.
What platform did he use? Was it like crowdsourced or what?
We swear on this show. It's all right. I don't know. It was shot for so low budget, and it is a scary movie. The first one's very scary, as scary as our pumpkins up here, right there. Those are very nice.
Like those Final Destination movies too.
Final Destination movies are very scary.
Those freak me out.
So you're going Paranormal Activity. All right, those are 3 good ones. I think we came out. We're going to find out Greg Vaughn's scariest movie. Also, one of the scariest movies I ever saw was Glitter by Mariah Carey. It's Mariah Carey trying to act, ladies and gentlemen. If you really want to be scared tonight, Greg Vaughn, go home.
Either that or Gigli.
Gigli, Jennifer Lopez, and Ben Affleck trying to act like they have chemistry. Frightening. But yeah, there's our favorite 3 minutes. There's Glitter. There's Mariah. Even the poster, she's stiff. You can tell she's not going to be good in this movie. It's very horrifying. You don't know how horrifying Glitter was? It's more frightening than James Harrison this past weekend pumping up the crowd. Look at him.
I don't think the Jags were very intimidated.
I'm telling you what, I would have rather had. Could he not still suit up, Denny?
Wow.
Look at him.
Yes, he could.
And by the way, that wasn't smoke. That was steam coming out of his ass. That's how bad James Harrison is. They didn't have a smoke machine. He's like, I got it. Don't worry. All right. Glitter is more terrifying than Carl Lewis singing the national anthem, which we spoke about the other day. Let's have a little sample of Olympic gold medalist Carl Lewis singing our nation's song.
Oh.
Look at Jordan. Look at Jordan. Oh, he goes, oh.
Oh, God.
He did not.
The players are laughing.
And that was before punked. You would think they were getting punked right there or something.
Ashton Kutcher comes right out. Yeah, he's joking. He can really sing. Poor Ashton, or poor Carl Lewis, man. He'll not be remembered. When he dies, it won't be 4-time Olympic gold champ or he did the long jump, right?
Yep.
4x100, the 100. It'll be the guy who butchered the national anthem. And lastly, but not least, more horrifying, Glitter, the movie, than me dressed as Freddie Mercury on Halloween. Ladies and gentlemen, this is me as Freddie Mercury on the right. I would explain, that's my buddy Mike Harrow on the left. I really don't want to explain what he's dressed as unless someone really makes me.
I want to know.
He was dressed as Christopher Reeve, who played Superman.
Oh.
And if you know what happened, Christopher Reeve, I know, let's not even go on with that. Yeah, anyway, so that was me as Freddie Mercury. By the way, that party was at a buddy of yours' house.
I thought Kryptonite was back.
What's that? Yeah, that was, I'm going to drop a name. That was at Nick Lachey's house, okay? And you know Nick, right? Pick it up. All right. So listen to this. So Dave Grohl is there. Now, you had to dress as a famous celebrity who's dead, and I dressed as Freddie Mercury. And Dave Grohl's there, and him and his wife came as Thelma and Louise. They just wore bonnets and knew Thelma and Louise. So later on in the night, the DJ's playing, and Dave Grohl, the song Mickey by Tony Basil. Oh, Mickey, you're so fine. You're so. And right now, I turn, and there's Dave Grohl of the Foo Fighters going, hey, Mickey, like singing Hey, Mickey. It was very surreal. You never expect to see Dave Grohl singing, the Foo Fighters singing Tony Basil's Mickey, but it was amazing. All right, so anyway, that's everything there about how horrifying those movies and all those clips were. Let's go to some fast takes real quick. We want to wish happy birthdays, and we have a quiz for Denny on this one. Now, yesterday you missed the Randy Johnson question, right?
But I got, what was it? The national anthem.
You got
Flavor
Flav did the national anthem in Milwaukee. All right, so fast takes. We're going to do happy birthday. Happy 56th birthday to Robert Matthew Van Winkle. But he's better known as something else. Do you know who that is?
I would say that would be Vanilla Ice.
It is Vanilla Ice. We have a winner. There he is, Vanilla Ice. Sadly now works for construction companies because he's wearing that vest now. Yeah, he's Vanilla Ice, rapper turned TV home renovation expert. Vanilla Ice. And what is his connection to sports, you ask? Well, he was a motocross champ. Remember that was a big deal? He was I rode motocross. And he's a huge 80s icon, well, a mid-80s icon. And also, here's the sports connection. This past weekend, the SEC Network hired him. This is another quiz for you. Ice was at the Florida-Georgia game, big college football game down south. And he did this bit with one of the hosts, and they played the Fun Police. And they went out and wrote tickets to people who didn't have Georgia colors or Florida colors. Like it was like a party foul thing. So he was hanging with a former, how did I word this? He's with a former NCAA great. Okay, here are your multiple choices. When he was doing this bit, was he hanging with A, Herschel Walker, B, Emmitt Smith, or C, Tim Tebow? Vanilla Ice and walking around handing out tickets.
I'm going to go with Emmitt Smith.
All right, let's roll. Let's see the picture. It was Tim Tebow. Oh. It was. I know you wouldn't think Tebow would do this. So they went around and they handed out tickets.
Florida.
What's that?
Florida.
Yep.
He's a
Florida.
Gator.
Yep.
But yeah, the Georgia guys. Yeah.
But the other guys are Florida.
No, wait, Emmitt's Florida.
No, Florida, and Herschel's Georgia.
Yeah, Herschel's Georgia.
No,
So I kind of tricked him.
Florida, Georgia.
There you go.
Now I know you went to the U. Is that right, Greg Vaughn? We're going to talk about that in a second. We're also going to talk about not kneeling on a football. But anyway, yeah. So I have two jokes for Vanilla Ice. Yeah, he wrote like 6 tickets that day, which is 5 more that were sold in the opening weekend for his movie Cool as Ice. It was a bomb. It was a bomb. More than the Wishmaster, probably. Second joke. Oh, on his he hosts a renovation show, and on the renovation show, when he swings a hammer, he's only allowed 1 hit. 1 hit. Thank you, Matt Never.
Very nice.
Never hold in laughter back there, man. There's plexiglass there. Don't let it out, man. Greg Vaughn's laughing his ass off. He only had 1 hit. Well, if you want to cut the Ninja song from Ninja Turtle, that's not a hit. A couple quick birthdays before we bring Greg Vaughn in here. John Candy, one of my all-time favorites, would have been 73 today. Sadly, he passed away. I believe it was on my birthday. I remember coming out of the movies and hearing that. What's his sports connection? We'll roll the footage. We know that he's probably one of the best racquetball players forever and ever. This is him in Splash with Tom Hanks playing racquetball.
And didn't he coach the Jamaican bobsled team?
He coached the Jamaican bobsled team. Another sports there. He's winded. He has a cigarette while he's playing racquetball. And then at the end of that scene, he's holding a beer. He's like, this will be my handicap. That's a little more John Candy. Spaceballs, great movie.
Great classic.
Stands up with the seatbelt on.
My favorite is Planes, Trains, and Automobiles.
We have a clip. Planes, Trains.
How the hell are you?
There he is.
Dale Griffith.
Dale Griffith. Nice.
The shower curtain ring guy.
Shower curtain rings. How can you not cry at the end of that movie
Uncle Buck.
when they come walking down? I'm getting chills just thinking about it. And you hear every time we
That's
go.
definitely one of those movies. If you start watching it, you catch it on the TV, you got to finish it.
You got to watch it. He was also in Brewster's Millions, which was a baseball movie. Richard Pryor was the pitcher and he was his catcher. And by the way, they both did not look like baseball players. We'll
Come on, he was a natural.
Yeah. Also, happy birthday, Nick Saban. Nick Saban turned 72. Head coach of Alabama. Yeah. And by the way, the South Point has the line this week. They were playing LSU, his former school, where he won a national championship. South Point has it at -3, and the over-under is 59.5. Tide's on a roll right now, though. They're on a roll. So, I know it's at home.
He always gets them going right at the right time of year.
He had that loss early in the year, but right when it comes into...
Dude, I finally went to a big-time game last year. I went to the Alabama-LSU game last year. I think it was double overtime at LSU. LSU pulled it off. One of the most incredible sports teams I've ever been to.
And the SEC is different.
Oh, it is a whole different animal. There's like 300,000 people tailgating outside the stadium.
It's ridiculous. Like, I go to a pit game at, like, Heinz Field, and it's like the stadium, they don't even know the game starts. It's like...
You guys going down there.
Yeah, you guys going down to see a pit game? Like some days, like they'll pick someone out of the parking lot to kick off. It's kind of a nice tradition. They're like, we need a kicker. Our guy didn't show up. And also, the one Alabama player that he didn't get was Bobby Boucher. Bobby Boucher went to the University of Louisiana Cougars. We remember him from The Waterboy. And the reason
how could he let that one
get away? How did he let him go? How did he slip out of Nick Saban's hands? The reason I bring that up is because Rob Schneider turns 59 today. who was obviously in The Waterboy, the Adam
You
Sandler
can
movie.
do it.
You can do it. Exactly. He was also in Benchwarmers. And Rob Schneider, I'm addressing you, Rob. We were friends a long time, but we're still friends. Rob, I used to go up and hang out with him at SNL. We'd work together in Pittsburgh. He's coming to town in Vegas. Rob, we want you on this show. Michael Lubinati sent him this clip. Rob, we need you to come in and talk San Francisco sports. Your Niners just traded for Chase Young, and the Giants, well, they didn't have a great year, but we can talk sports. So, Rob, get in here. And we have a montage of him saying, you can do it, because here we go. That's the original. Right there's Bobby. That's the Waterboy.
You can do it all night.
You can do it. You can do it, Nicky. Kick him in his hairy balls. You can do it. Cut his freaking balls off. You can do it, Ozzy. Bite his freaking head off. You can do it. Cut his head off. You can do it.
That's longest yard, right?
Old ass of yours in the end zone.
Rob Schneider, 59. I can't believe it. I met him when I was a kid. So, and his daughter is the famous singer. Oh God, who's his daughter? She sings X's and O's. X's and O's. You want me? I held her as a baby.
Are you serious?
The first baby I've ever held was her. I can't think of her name.
No, I can't.
Live comment. Someone come up with
Elle
that.
King?
What is it?
Elle King?
Yes,
Elle King.
yes. There you
That's
go.
his daughter. So he was working the Funny Bone in Pittsburgh, and he goes, "This is my daughter." And I don't think I'd ever held a baby. I was like 19, and I held it, and I was like, later on, she becomes famous. I'm like, wait, I held her as a baby. So
Her name is Tanner L. Snyder.
yeah, Schneider.
Schneider.
Yeah, that's
Schneider.
unbelievable. So happy birthday, Rob, 59. Get in here. We want you on the show. All right, you know who else we want on the show? Let's just bring him in. We're going to roll some clips of him. Greg, this is Greg Vaughn. Greg Vaughn, who's a friend of Denny Neagle's. This guy hit 50 home runs in 98, played for the Padres, the Reds. We're going to bring him in. So, Greg, come on in. Look at this. Greg, we're showing footage of you hitting 2 bangers right there off of David Wells.
World
Wells, good to
Series,
see you,
Game
man.
1,
Oh, he's
1998.
coming over. Thank you for coming in. This is awesome. Look, he took Wells deep. Look at Bruce Bochy.
Yeah.
His first World Series, but not his last. And there he is. Going Oppo off of Wells.
Look at that raw power.
Raw power, baby. Do you remember what he threw you there?
Yeah, that was about the 9-pitch at bat. You know?
Really?
Yeah. Like fastball down and away.
Man.
And this one back-to-back
And
with
you go,
Tony
and then
Gwynn.
you just that one. They crushed that one.
Don't try to come in on him.
Which we'll get to because Denny knows something about that, I found out. All right, ladies and gentlemen, Greg Vaughn is here. We can come and see. There's Greg in the studio live wearing a Muhammad Ali shirt. That shirt's awesome.
Yeah. Jackie Robinson shoes. Muhammad
Yeah.
Ali. Yeah.
Oh, my God. What are you wearing today, Denny?
I got like Target on.
I'm wearing my this is Old Navy $5 orange shirt that I saved for Denny's appearances. I know it's Halloween. So, Greg, thank you for being here, man. You and Denny played together in Cincinnati, and you guys have stayed friends. This is awesome. Denny comes out in Vegas, and he says, look, I can get Greg Vaughn on the show. I'm like, holy crap. Yeah, please do. So, thank you for being here, man.
Hey, thank you for having me. Like,
Yeah.
shoot, I mean, I live about 10 minutes away from here, and when he said, can I come on the show? Without a doubt. I mean, this is my guy, man.
All right. I love it. And by the way, I want to thank Greg Vaughn also for laughing at the jokes. Brad and Ann and Ryan holding crap back there. Greg's laughing, having a good old time.
I got a hot mic, man.
I heard him laughing. So Denny and I watched the World Series. It was great. We were at the South Point Casino. That's where we do the show live. South Point Casino right here in Las Vegas. We had Monday Night Football on one screen. We had the World Series on one screen. So we watched the game. And I was rooting for Texas. Last night, if you watched the tweet, I said, take Texas and take Detroit. So Alex White, you're not the only person who gave out winners last night. What are you watching the series, or who you're rooting for?
Oh, yeah, without a doubt. Dusty's like family, and I don't like the Astros, and Dusty's gone
I know.
now.
That was the only silver lining when they won, was Dusty needed that.
Yeah, Dusty. I mean, he went out on his terms,
Yeah.
which, like I said, we're from the same hometown. He's meant the world to me.
That's right,
He's like
brother.
family, so.
What's your hometown? What is that?
Sacramento.
Oh, Sacto. That's right. Okay.
Yeah. Go Kings, you know what I mean?
Go Kings. They took the Lakers. Did they beat the Lakers the other night?
Yes,
they
sir.
did.
Yes,
Yeah,
sir.
they did.
Yes,
Yes,
sir.
that's right.
You know,
They did.
Yeah, I'm a diehard Kings fan.
Okay.
But Boach, man, he's the best manager I ever had.
Right? I mean,
you know what I mean? And that's no disrespect to all the other managers I had, but there's just something about his calmness, man, that the guys rally behind. It's sort of like, a little bit mellow version of Campbell, with Detroit, how the guys want to go out there and play for him.
Oh, Dan Campbell. Yeah, they love playing for him. You're right.
Yeah, same thing with Boach. I mean, it's not a lot of BS. It's just, hey, go out there, play the game the way it's supposed to be played. And we don't have to worry about all the other BS. You know
That's
what I mean?
unbelievable. But he has, unlike Dan Campbell, though, he has never threatened to chew people's knees off, I think. Because Bochy's always like quiet. He's almost emotionless during games, right? They always cut to him, and they always want to see that he's just...
Or eating dinosaur eggs.
Yeah, right, yeah, right, like Dan Campbell. But yeah, I mean, and the Padres let him go, and he goes to the Giants, wins 3 rings, and now Texas gets him. Texas just looks like the team. I think the worst thing about last night's victory for the Rangers was Garcia, and Denny right away saw it, right after he hit that ball to deep center. And you said, what was it, Denny?
Yeah, I think it was the lower rib cage muscle.
Like
I
oblique?
pulled that. Yeah, the oblique, man.
Yeah.
So I'm hoping it's not that, man, because as you know, dude, I'm sure you probably have had that injury once or twice over the time, too.
Oh, yeah, I played in Milwaukee. It was cold outside. You know what I mean? Opening day was like, they had on shorts.
42 degrees.
42 degrees with wind chill at 21. I pulled a rib cage muscle in BP. It took me an hour to get from the cage to the training
Oh,
room.
my God. Are you serious?
Yeah.
But I'm going to go on the limb and say that he probably played that night.
No, I tried to. I tried to convince
But you
him.
missed like what, 2 games, 3 games?
Yep, 3, probably 4.
Jeez.
I was going to say this
So
guy's
is
a
before
gamer.
before they had the roof in Milwaukee, right?
Oh yeah. I had no roof. I had a wetsuit, half a wetsuit for like the first 2 months of the season. Last 2 months, half a wetsuit.
Are you serious?
Oh yeah.
Now, are you supposed to keep warmer in a wetsuit? Isn't there something you're supposed to do? You're supposed to pee in it, I believe, right? To keep yourself warmer. I don't know if that's something.
No, Greg just did that for fun.
They said it worked for blisters. You know what I mean? So,
It's supposed to be for blisters. Milwaukee. I was the coldest 2 games I've ever been to was a Packer game and a Buffalo Bills game, and they weren't. It was like in September. I don't know if you've ever been to Buffalo.
No.
For a game. Have you ever been to Buffalo?
Yep.
It's the coldest city. There's a different coldness. I'm sorry, Ryan has a different mustache on all of a sudden. Who are you now, sir?
Whoever you want me to be.
Okay, no habla inglés. So Texas is up 2-1, and tonight we have another game in Arizona. I always root for the National League, right? I'm a Pirate. I was born and raised in Pittsburgh, so I'm a Pirates fan.
I'll be at the Willie Stargell on Friday.
No way.
Yes, sir.
Wilver Darnell Stargell. The only report I ever got an A was writing about Willie Stargell in school, and I still have it. My mom found it when she was moving. I'm like, oh, I need that. That's proof that I once got a good grade. Willie Stargell pops, man. When I played wiffle ball, the swing.
Yeah,
He was
I would go in the cage and he had a little knife. He said, "Hey, man, don't make me have to cut you. Don't do this to my Pirates." And he put that little knife back.
No way.
But I was with Dave Parker. I don't know how he's not in
Cobra.
I was with the Cobra.
Yeah, how is he
about
not in the Hall of
3
Fame?
weeks ago.
Yeah, how is he?
He's doing okay. Yes, Parkinson. But I mean,
Yeah.
that's another one of the guys that had a big influence on my life. So me and Gary Sheffield went back there to see him. But I mean, he's the baddest man on the planet for about 15 years.
And I know
what
what you were about to say. I don't know how.
How is he not in the Hall of Fame?
He is not in the Hall of Fame. Obviously he had some off-field issues with, the drugs and stuff. But
Who cares?
He was the most dominant player, like in 77, 78, 79.
For about 15 years. He was
Yeah.
I mean,
offensively, defensively.
the Cobra, man.
I mean, you ever see some of his throws from right field, too?
I was
you're right.
there.
I mean, offensively, defensively.
I was there for a couple. Now, of course, the most famous one is at the All-Star game in Seattle in 79. And this is what always pissed me off about this. He makes the throw, hit by Craig Nettles, Brian Downing, rounding third, and the throw comes, on a line. And the first thing Joe Garagiola goes, what a block of the plate by Gary Carter. Because Garagiola was a catcher in the majors. I'm going, he doesn't make that block unless Dave Parker doesn't throw a laser from 350 feet. He was. And the fact, he's got the numbers. He's got the rings. Dave Parker needs to be in the Hall of Fame.
He has MVPs. He had gold gloves.
Everything.
Gold gloves. And
Silver
the best.
sluggers. He had, like I said, it's atrocious.
Please, go ahead. Yeah, so you talked to Dave. You built a friendship with him?
Oh, yeah. He's a great friend of mine.
Wow.
You know what I mean? Pops, we called him Pops because that's what he was to me and Gary. We used to play the dirtiest jokes on him, man, every single day. But he was the best. I watched him win the batting title at 38.
Yeah.
I was just saying, you guys are teammates in Milwaukee, right?
Yeah. And there's any of the dirty jokes or dirty pranks you can tell us?
If he's been PG, man, because I never heard him PG in my life. I've never heard him PG.
We have a 3-second delay on the show when Denny's here. We do. Yeah, and Parker, man, I had a poster. I had the Sports Illustrated posters. You'd get 3 for $15. I had Stargell and Parker. And, this is what a badass Parker was, too. He'd smoke a cigarette in the dugout. There's that picture of Parker with a cigarette in the dugout. But he was, by the way, the nicest guy. I got his autograph when I was a kid.
He's the best.
And how tall? He's like 6'5", but he's built like a. Remember when he wore the face mask when he had broke his cheek? He wore half a football mask. Ryan, if you can find a picture of that before the Dave Parker had broke or fractured a cheek. So instead of sitting out, they took a football helmet and cut off half the face mask, and he wore that. That would be a horrifying killer in a Halloween movie right there. Dave Parker, man.
Like I said, I mean, I seen him towards the end of his career.
Yeah.
It was unbelievable.
Yeah, he was unbelievable. I mean, look at that mask. That's Jason's.
That's right. I forgot about that.
And that's Three Rivers. I know that green wall. And those.
He looks like the Cleveland tight end. After he got
Ujoku when he burned. Yeah, no.
That's right. Yeah.
Oh my God. So when you played baseball, I mean, we saw you hitting homers off of David Wells. Who are some of the toughest pitchers you faced? Now we know you faced Denny. So if you want to start with your Denny at bats, Denny was. He talked about what he Denny. If you want to start, go ahead.
Well, he knows.
Cutter.
And then the funniest one for me is when we became teammates with the Reds. You go. Dude, I know you did that crap on purpose. I'm like, what are you talking about? He goes, you throw that one up and in on me and try to drill me like that, but you yell heads up just to make it look like you weren't trying to do it.
Yeah, he throw it and he goes, watch out. I'm like, he's like, my bad, dude. I already know what he's doing. He's doing this so he can go right back out there to get me out of the way.
Right, down and away.
You know what I mean? And, rest in peace, Tony Gwynn, but Denny Neagle is one of the Tony Gwynn didn't have Denny's number. He's the only one that didn't have
Is that
his number.
right?
Did you know that? Yeah.
No, I did not.
When Tony, Cal, and Wade Boggs were all going for the 3,000 hits, the Sports Illustrated came out with this huge article, and it was like 15 pages. And then at one point, they all had to list their toughest three and not their easiest three, but the ones they had the most success.
Right.
Because hitters never love saying that.
Yeah, right.
But Gwynn listed Nolan Ryan, Randy Johnson, and me.
Come on.
Because he was like 3 for 35 of me.
I don't know about Randy Johnson. I think you got to pull that up because I played with him. And
well,
hey, man,
he wasn't Randy on his list, but
no, he wasn't Randy because he goes, hey man, I can't wait to face him.
Yeah.
I was like,
he's Tony Gwynn for Halloween now.
Hey, you can't wait to face him.
Yeah, he's the only person who's ever said that.
Not too many guys say that.
But that was his approach with everyone.
Yeah.
I mean, he did. What I respect about Tony, he did not bail from the tough pitch. He wanted to face the best of the best.
Unbelievable.
I play with a lot of guys. What's today? Thursday. Randy's pitching today. The next couple of days. Oh, my back's sore. My back's sore. So. But a testament to Tony. Like I said, I didn't see him. He didn't bail on pitchers. He loved it. And what he did to like Maddox, Glavine, and Smoltz is unbelievable.
Yeah,
that's what I was getting ready to say too.
Go for it.
'Cause I remember when I was with the Braves, one of the beat writers, for the Atlanta Journal-Constitution came up to me and they're like, I was getting ready to do the story about because Gwynn just owns these three guys, the future Hall of Famers. Did you know? I'm like, yes, and you don't need to talk about it though. And sure enough, he comes out with the article, because he was like, it was like 480 off Maddox, 460 off Smoltz, and 390 off Glavine or something like that.
Del Pedro in there, and he only struck out 3 times.
Yeah,
there's a crazy meme that I see all the time about the lack of strikeouts. Go for it, Ryan. What do you got?
Tony was 36 at bats versus Denny, batted 194.
I'm a walking encyclopedia. I know this.
Yeah, you're right. You called it, man. Wow.
I said that's one of the ones I will take to the grave and be able to tell my grandkids.
Who did you have the most problems with?
Oh man, Barry was definitely up there. Bonds, he's definitely one of the toughest hitters I've ever faced. One guy that just wore me out was Dante Bichette. Yes, man. He had this 2-strike approach where he spread his legs out, way far, so he would just swing with his arms and he would just flick that changeup. I'd throw him a nasty change away, flick it. Till I finally made a mistake, and then he crushed the mistake I made.
Mr. D, he was special. I played with him too. He was special.
Yeah, where'd you play with him? In Colorado or
in Milwaukee?
In Milwaukee. Okay, yeah, and his kid now is unbelievable.
Yeah.
Mr. D, he can hit though. I'm telling you, he went from 3 home runs in County Stadium next year to like 45. You know what I mean?
He kept getting better and better. He really improved at it.
When I think Milwaukee County Stadium and home runs, Cecil Fielder hit a home run there that you can look at. Cecil Fielder, I think.
Didn't it go out of the stadium?
Yes, it did. It went out of the stadium.
I was there.
You were there.
Was that over your head?
Jeez.
Oh yeah, I looked at Robin out. Robin looked at me because Robin, the kid, he didn't have a lot of emotion. He looked at me, put his glove in his mouth. He goes.
It's literally. I don't know who the pitcher was. Do you remember who he hit it off of? You can pull that. Cecil Fielder.
I don't know if it was Plesac. I'm not sure.
Damn,
it might have been Plesac.
There's a picture of Dante Bichette. We just had it up there. It's the hardest hit home run that I've ever seen, and I see the video all the time. He just it goes out of the stadium. There's no one even in the stands. I don't think, if I remember correctly.
No, we had Bonds Valley. I had a few people out there.
Those are regular fans, man. That's awesome. So, what do you do now that you're retired from baseball? What do you do here in Vegas? What do you do for fun? Do you like to come down and bet on sports and watch sports?
I don't. I bet on events though, like who might win the Masters.
Okay.
My Kings. Bang Bang Niner game.
Fantasy
Bang
football.
Bang Niner game. Fantasy, I'm getting
Fantasy
kids,
football?
Yeah. We make trades that somehow don't work out.
Are
for
you in
myself.
this league with him?
I'm in 2 leagues with him.
Oh,
my
yeah.
God. How many leagues are you in?
5.
You're in 5 leagues? We're watching. By the way, we're watching the game last night, and Jamar Gibbs, or is it Jamar Gibbs?
Yep.
Jameer.
Yeah, I thought we're rooting for him to score because we have Detroit, and then he's like, damn, and then he's like, I'm like, what are
You're
you?
playing against Avery.
He was playing against Steve Avery.
Yes. I traded him Gibbs. I traded him Gibbs
You
for
bastard.
for Aaron Jones. Man, I got.
Oh,
Dude,
That's
I
a
don't.
bad trade.
I can't. Yeah.
that's a bad trade. They were just talking about how Aaron Jones hasn't touched the ball for the Packers in the red zone or something. Has he even scored?
No, he hasn't played.
No, he hasn't even played. Right,
I
exactly.
think he scored the first week. He tore his hamstring.
Yep,
Oh my
that's
God,
right.
That's right. And Steve Avery again. There, I have flashbacks of '92 again. So '91 and
Oh,
'92.
yeah.
I'm a Pirates fan and the
Pirates
Braves.
fan.
I can't do it. So you like to bet on the Masters. So you do bet on sports. You're a big fantasy guy.
Kings, Kings. I'm a big
You love
time-
your Kings, man.
I love my Niners.
I was going to say, he was happy about Chase
Yeah,
Young.
Chase Young.
Yeah.
Dude, that's a damn good trade they made, man.
Yeah,
They
for
gave him a third-round pick.
We're not scared. I do I do a podcast. We don't talk about baseball. We talk about a little bit of it, but it's all football.
Oh, no
I
shit.
love
Okay.
football.
All right.
I love football.
And the Niners are your team.
Oh yeah.
Now
nice.
they struggled. They've lost 2 or 3 in a
we
row.
don't
Right?
panic. We don't. We have that good stuff in the Bay Area. You
Yeah.
just stay even. You know what I mean? We don't get too high, or maybe, but not too low.
Well, I was going to say, did you open up your own business here, too?
Yeah, I have Restore Hyper Wellness Centers.
Oh wow.
I have 23 wines, my own wine label.
Wait a second. What? You have a wine?
Yeah, 23
And
wines.
you brought a sample for all of us to try.
No, I didn't know there was that type of show. I only live about 15 minutes away.
got him.
What's the name of the wine? Oh, wait, we have a clip. What is this? Oh, there's you with the wine.
23 wines.
What's it called?
23 wines.
23
number.
wines. There you go.
Yeah,
Of course.
there's my
Yeah.
number.
Does Jordan not own a patent on the number 23? This is good.
No, we're not going to bring that
Don't
up.
let him
yet.
know. Yeah, we don't want Michael to know. But 23. Oh, we'll have to try some. What's your favorite of the wines?
You can meet Jordan, ask him if he could patent it.
Yeah, right. Exactly. What's your favorite wine? What's the best one you guys?
I think my cab. I have a Russian River cab. I source grapes all over, but Russian River cab. I love my Pinot. It's special.
Yeah.
All the labels mean something. You know what I mean? So,
Look, there's you in the. Is that your
Nice.
vineyard right there?
but that's me in the vineyard. Harvest is my favorite time.
No, wait. Where is that
where's the
located?
vineyard at?
Lodi.
Oh,
E-
Lodi, California. Northern
E2
California.
family. That's the owners of the vineyard. I just have a partnership with them, but it's
Nice.
my own brand.
Now-
I love it.
Denny, you don't have a product. You need like what would you have if Denny Neagle were to have his own line of something?
Man,
got the
like some
great
sort
plan.
of sex toys or something? Or
Why don't you just bring your locker room stuff from the stuff you wore pregame? The stuff you wore pregame.
Well, your number was fit. We call it the Denny Neagle 15, and use your imagination on the sex toys right there.
there we go.
There you go.
2 hands.
How did we? The show. It's Halloween. We're allowed to scare viewers. We're allowed to do that. We're allowed to do whatever.
We're
we
scaring
want.
away 500.
What's that again?
We're scaring away 500.
Well,
Oh, we just hit 500.
Did we hit 500?
We're still at 499.
Okay, so that,
Oh.
yeah, okay. You could be you. All right, we're still at 499 subscribers. We're looking for the 500th, and if you're the 500th,
You get some wine.
5 minutes. You get some wine.
There you go.
Oh my God!
You get some
You
wine.
get some wine, and you get to be on this show for 5 minutes. That's what we've decided. So we're waiting for that last click. Any live comments for Greg or Denny right now before we move on to something else? No. Okay. Where's all your mustaches, smartass? All right. So anyway, so Greg, we were talking about hitting 50 home runs. That's amazing. You did it in '98. You finished 4th in the major leagues. Do you know who the 4 guys were ahead of you?
Or the 3.
3 guys. Sorry, 3 guys. You were 4th. Yeah.
Yeah, I think it was Barry Jr. and no McGuire, Sosa, and Jr.
And there you go, right there. Denny got it too.
Because Barry gave me a hard time. I was like, hey, listen, I hit 50 before you did, dog. So
That's right, man.
Barry, we're friends, and he was popping off. I said, hey, I hit 50 first, man.
I love that. So who were pitchers that gave you problems?
Shoot, all of them. It just depends. It just depends on the day. I like I said, when you believe it or not, Dave Stewart. I probably had the
Dave
most.
Stewart.
I had the most success off him.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, to this day he'd be like,
That's a pretty good one on
yeah,
the
yeah,
list.
yeah. Dave Stewart. I hit the A's and the Giants. Good.
Did he say, hey, man, how come you keep hitting me so good?
Yeah, he did.
Stewart's
Yeah,
voice.
yeah, he did. Yeah, he did. It's it was just something about going to University of Miami and he played University of Texas. Roger Clemens, man. I just tried to do too much against him.
You played him in college?
He was, yeah. I tried. It didn't sit well. And then he tried to be a bully, and I'm not. You can't bully me.
Yeah,
You
you can't
can't-
bully Greg.
you can't-
So you casually mentioned the University of Miami, and of course, I imagine you follow their sports very closely.
Are you talking about the one where we should have knelt down?
I have to talk about it. Mario Cristobal, the head coach, they have the game won against Georgia Tech. All he has to do is kneel. Runs a play, fumbles the ball.
Right.
Yeah, fumbles the ball. Georgia Tech gets it, ends up with a last-second touchdown. People are calling for his head. I mean, were you watching that game live by chance?
I almost destroyed. Thank God I had all the pocket doors open because whatever I threw went straight outside. And then he'll tell you, I can't throw.
But for that, you threw.
But it went straight outside. Yeah, I don't get it. And then, like I'm old school. Even though the kid felt bad enough.
Yeah.
Don't say hold on to the ball.
Yeah, I know.
Don't say hold on to the ball. He shouldn't have been putting that. As a good coach, we're supposed to put people in positions and situations to have success. Just tell your quarterback to drop a knee, and then we lose the next game too.
Yeah, I think we were talking about betting against them the next game because they're just devastated. They're just walking around like zombies. It's Halloween. But Cristobal, I mean, do you still want him to coach there, or do you want to get rid of him?
No, you know what? I believe everybody has a little bit of a grace period, but that was just some. I mean, he has to own it and just say he was a moron that play. Hey, when I stunk, I just told you, I stunk.
Right.
I stink. I left a small subdivision on base. But for him, but you know what? And I just think if you own it, and people can live with it. But when you divert the blame and start putting it on your players, that's not cool.
Yeah, he did it after this. The second day, he blamed on the kid for. Yeah, you gotta. You're the coach, man.
Yeah. So
I'm a man. I'm 40. Who was that guy that yelled?
Oh God, who was that
Riley,
college coach?
Who was that? Mike. Now his different mustache. I know he's got a different mustache on.
Mike Gundy.
Mike Gundy, thank you.
Yes.
Matt Never with the
is that
assist.
Cowboy?
Yeah.
Is that Oklahoma State?
Yeah, Oklahoma State.
Yes.
I'm a man. I'm 40. When the press was ripping on his kid, come talk to me. I'm a man. I'm 40. He looked like he was 60, by the way.
Oh yeah, with the haircut.
Yeah, right.
So I have a question, Vonnie.
Yeah, please.
Because you are old school, I played with you. I know what type of competitor you are, and like I was kind of joking with you earlier, but I'm not too, because I know you had to drag this guy out of games.
Yeah.
He wanted to be in there every day. Because he wanted to do something whatever he could to help the team. So my question is, with this little controversy going on with Deshaun Watson, how supposedly he's been medically cleared to play, and now there's this thing between Ryan Clark and Brady Quinn, been going back and forth on it too. I don't know if you saw that little Twitter feud and stuff, whatever. What's your feeling on that, though? If knowing the information that we have, if supposedly he is medically cleared and he's still not playing, you think his teammates are having a hard time with that?
I think his teammates are having a real hard time with that because it goes back. In a different facet to the Russell Wilson thing. I mean, when you're the quarterback, you guys get the big bag, you get all the notoriety, you get everything, you get the girls, you get the singers, you get everybody. You know what I mean? You get everything. You got to be able to take the blame. That's one thing about the great ones. I have to play better, but he has to play. I don't get it. So I think they might have lost a little bit of the locker room.
Yeah, that's what absolutely.
But I'm not. But once again, I'm not there.
Yeah.
So,
right.
But I know, some of our guys. He'll tell you. I would go up to our pitchers. Hey, man, I need you to hit this guy because this guy. I got hit a couple times.
Right.
And the ball I thought went through me. I look on the other side,
Jeez.
and he would hit somebody that they don't care about. Then me and him had a problem.
Yeah, right. You got to hit one of their stars. Yeah, he hit me.
Yeah, but you have. The quarterback, I mean, you're the leader. Everyone's looking to you to keep everybody even keeled, But I like the kid they're playing now. I think the team's rallying around him.
PJ Walker's playing well, and I think they want to play for that. It's like in Chicago a little with Fields. I mean, they like the arm wrestlers kid, Taylor Bagent.
Chicago also cut PJ Walker to keep Bagent.
Oh wow!
Earlier this year, yeah.
Nice
wow.
by them.
I like PJ. I liked him. I liked him last year.
Yeah.
I mean, he gives you a chance. You know what I mean?
Yep.
He's not going to lose you in their defense.
He won in the XFL.
Yeah, but Deshaun, he got 230 guaranteed. He says, I don't care what anybody says right now.
Oh my God, look, I'm from Pittsburgh. I'm a Steelers fan. I don't mind seeing this because the day they signed him to that guaranteed contract, all our Steeler fans are like, that is the Browns being the Browns, man. Given him and the situation he was in, allegedly or whatever, but $230 million guaranteed. You've just put your franchise that you're just handcuffed him, right? I mean, like Purdy in San Francisco is a perfect example. He's on a rookie contract. That's why they can go out and pay guys, get McCaffrey, get Chase Young. And now in Cleveland, they have this great defense, but.
But Deshaun, like I said, I thought, having a whole camp.
Yeah.
That's what they're, yeah.
But when they say you can play, you say, I don't feel right. shit, if I ever felt right, don't put me in, coach.
Yeah.
If I ever felt right, don't put me in.
Right. Everyone, you always got a nagging injury, right? Yeah, something.
Exactly.
Something has to hurt, or I wouldn't know what to do.
Now, do you think the Niners can win the Super Bowl? This is your team. And how do you think the Kings are going to do it? Is it light the beam? They light the beam?
We like to be, yeah. You should check it out. It's pretty sick.
Yeah, well, look, I liked that playoff run they had last year was amazing. I mean, the last time I remember the Kings, when I think Kings, I think not Ronnie Cycli, Ronnie Cycli. My God. Vlade Divac, like stuff like that.
C. Webb and those guys.
C. Webb years were great.
And unfortunately, I remember this to this day because I have 4 on the floor ever since they came to Sacramento.
Yeah.
I never got to see a playoff game. I never, because we were playing. So we were in Cincinnati, and I'm watching the playoffs, and, the Lakers get 42 foul shots, and we get 3.
Still better.
Yeah, I'm a little bitter.
I don't blame you.
Yeah.
But then last year, up 3 donut against the Warriors.
I know.
But that's what, Draymond, man, you got to have a beast. I mean, like I said, see what you just talked about with Deshaun?
Yeah.
Total opposite of what Draymond
Right.
is.
They love him.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that's you got to have some dogs on your team
You do.
And I think you see that with Russell. I think he's trying to come back, and make it a little bit better. But I mean, you got to be a team, man. And I understand we're all paying to take care of our families, and
Sure.
but at the same time, you need some help too. You know what I mean? And you have to have some respect of your players. If you don't have respect from your teammates and your peers, it's
Right, like how important is chemistry for a team, right? I mean,
if you looked at our team, man, we were a bunch of old, broke down guys, but we had big heart.
now, which team are you talking about specifically?
Almost everyone, but here.
Okay.
But the 99 Reds?
I know this for a fact, and I was going to tell you this story, and I want to hear your takes on this. But you called me. I was in LA, and you were in camp with the Reds, and you said, "Frankie, there's something about this team, the chemistry." I remember this was in spring training. You telling me this, and so what happened? Tell us about how that season unfolded. Yeah.
So I think when I first got there, you hear all the horror stories, and me and Lark have the same agent.
Barry Larkin.
Yeah. So I played. ED had the same agent, but he wasn't there.
Eric Davis.
Eric Davis. I'll talk about Eric Davis in a minute, but go ahead.
But you hear about, commercial flights, peanut butter and jelly and stuff. So I get to camp, and the first day I walk in, I'm like, before I even got there, they trade. We can back up a little bit.
Let's back up. I know.
We're gonna get to
Denny's
that
doing
too,
it.
yeah.
So we want to talk about the Cincinnati Reds owner, Mark Schott. They had a long-standing policy. Is that what you're talking about?
Yeah, but also, too, I was the first person ever 50 home runs, and they said they weren't going to trade me, and they traded me like 5 days before camp. And so I did everything I could, and I would have took less to stay there.
Right.
And I wasn't, my contract wasn't up.
Okay.
And that's, the city rallied behind me and Tony. That's because Tony, he didn't get involved in too much stuff, but he was pissed during that when they traded me 5 days
When the
before.
Padres traded you to, right.
Yeah, and then the reason I found out is I don't think it was Halloween, but it was close to it. It was I get a call like 5 a.m, and it was like, Greg, this is Mark Schott, honey. I want to say congratulations. You've been traded to the Cincinnati Reds. It might have been 4:30.
Right.
And I'm on the West Coast. I was like, hello?
I'm sorry.
And she goes, no, congratulations. You've been traded to the Cincinnati Reds. I was like, oh, fuck, no, it's a nightmare. Excuse me. It's a fucking nightmare.
It's okay. You can say nightmare.
This is a nightmare. I heard everything about it. I was like, she goes, we have one problem. She says, we have no facial hair policy.
Right. The Reds, since they've come, you're not allowed to have any facial hair.
So I said, I don't have a problem. You have a problem because I'm not coming.
Right.
I hit 50 home runs, first of all. Then I get traded.
Right.
And then it's Cincinnati. And then I got to shave my goatee. My kids have never seen me without a goatee. I had a porn stash for my rookie year, taking in 88.
Find the porn stash. What year is that? 88?
Probably 89, too. I probably had a little bit of porn stash,
look
too.
for Greg Vaughn, 89. All right, so.
And, no, that was a goatee. That was we kept that.
Oh, yeah, that's sharp.
That's smooth looking.
Yeah, and then that was part of my makeup. You know what I mean?
So what happened? Yeah,
So I said I'm not coming. And they traded like 5 players. I was like, I don't know what to tell you. And then she calls me back 2 days later. They put it throughout the city and the fans, and they're like, it's time. You know what I mean?
Keep it.
Wow.
And then all the players, I got to spring training.
Yeah.
Every single player said, oh, thank you.
Yeah,
Thank you.
right?
We got to have a beard and a mustache, and, that was just part of who I was. But in hindsight, I went back later on going back to the Big Red Machine, and I apologize to all the ones that I've came across because out of respect, I should have shaved it, but at the same time, I'm a little bit of a hippie too because I'm a California kid.
Yeah,
you know what I
right.
mean?
You grew up in
Northern California, so I didn't understand what my goatee, but a follower of rules.
Yeah.
I get it.
That's great.
But I went back and apologized to them, but I don't think I would have changed it. But
Wow.
out of no disrespect, was I trying to not respect the players that were there before me? You know what I mean? And once I got there, first day of spring training, I walked in, because I would always stop and buy food, bring to clubhouse,
Oh, nice.
about the team, you know what I
Yeah,
mean? And
yeah.
then I seen what we had for lunch, and I almost had a fit.
What was it? What was on the spread that day?
Denny, that was your first year too.
Yeah,
you
and I guarantee you it was probably PBJs with like
Salad.
half cold
Are
cut
you serious?
sandwiches,
Yeah,
whatever.
yeah.
Hold on. Jimmy Vaccaro just walked in. Does Jimmy have a bulletin here?
He's got
All
a
right,
couple
come on
tickets.
in, Jimmy. This is Vegas legend Jimmy Vaccaro, ladies
How
and
you doing,
gentlemen.
Jimmy?
There's a Pittsburgh guy. We have all the Pittsburgh guys out here as we can. What do you? Yeah, Pittsburgh, baby. What do you
Needs
got?
a mic.
You need a mic. Here, take this microphone right here.
Don't let me fall.
No. Here.
Do I need to write this down?
Hot tip, hot
Hey,
tip.
hot tip?
Well, it's a different type of betting universe than when I started in this racket in 1970. I was just a young kid. And you used to get like one or two what you consider big plays. In today's market, there are people, and here's one of them. He shows up every other week at least, but he bets multitude tickets for $10,000 and $20,000. So I'll just read you what one guy just came up to the
Can we
counter.
write this down?
I'll show you this. It's on.
I turned mine off. I'm
Where?
going straight over there right after this.
All right. He bet the Buffalo Bills for $20,000 to win $20,000 at +3.
+3.
Okay. College, he took Buffalo plus 15.5 to win $10,000.
Okay, I have that tonight. They're 14. How many? What's the point spread at Buffalo?
15.5.
15.
Now,
I have it at 14.5.
Who are they playing?
well, because you're a ranked second.
Yeah, who are they playing? Who are they playing?
It's a Buffalo,
Doesn't matter.
Yeah, it's like a
Doesn't-
conference.
That's always that's what Khalil
Did you
Mack.
have Illinois? Did you play Illinois?
I did not.
Okay, +2. The guy took +2.5 to win $10,000. Okay, and now did you play UAB?
Buffalo plays Toledo.
Sure. Did you send a
Yeah,
guy in to bet for you?
No, I. No.
UAB, he took
Toledo's
1.5
good, aren't they?
to win 10,000.
Toledo,
have to win
they're usually
10,000.
pretty
No,
good,
I know
aren't
you had this one.
Okay.
Kansas
What, this
+3.
This is
For-
Kansas football.
yes.
Kansas in football for 10,000.
10,000.
And his last bet, but you see all these college bets, Arizona +3 for $10,000. So the only reason I stopped in, the show's really, really good. I'm listening to it in the back, and everything you guys do has a merit to it. And the only thing that I pushed and Chris pushed a long time ago is like when Michael gone, we'll see what happens down the line. It's like we have to be real, and everything we do is real. There's no fluff. If you get your ass kicked, you say you get your ass kicked.
See, I
Absolutely.
like that. Yeah, you can
All
respect that.
So listen, keep up the good work, but quickly tell you again, this is something that's relatively new in the last 15 years. You might get one or two guys stumbling in there looking to bet this kind of money.
Right.
But this is a guy that plays.
All right.
He just spent about, let's see, 20, 30, about 60,000?
Yeah.
That's
be
a,
a-
that's,
that
a,
could be a
Sat-
rough
that's, a,
night.
that's a Saturday night for Greg.
I just want to tell you, don't try
Yeah,
to
but
sneak out
me and you
later.
had to
We
pay
got
for the
cameras.
dinner bills.
Jimmy said,
Yeah.
don't try to sneak out of here later. We got cameras. So, all right. Wow, that's great. Jimmy Vaccaro, ladies and gentlemen.
All right, brother. You
Vegas
missed
legend.
it too. I said
Oh,
that's
what'd he
Saturday night for Greg. He goes, well, yeah, when you and I picked up the dinner bills back with the Reds.
For the rookies, right? Yeah.
Yeah,
All right. Oh, yeah, that handle's broke, Jimmy. Yeah, we're going to get that fixed. So Jimmy Vaccaro is a legend. His brother, Sonny Vaccaro, has all the basketball camps. I don't know if you've seen the movie.
I say yeah.
Have you seen the movie Air where Matt Damon and Michael Jordan?
Is he a Diddy? Is he a Diddy? Was he a Diddy's or was he?
Adidas, yeah, he was, yeah. And Sonny Vaccaro, it's his brother, is who Matt Damon played in the movie Air, which was about Jordan coming
Yeah, I've seen it,
to
yeah.
coming to Nike, yeah. So, and he's a Pittsburgh legend, man. And that, if you see him tomorrow, he's gonna have the same thing on: white sweatshirt.
He's here every
blue jeans.
day.
He's here every day, man. Jimmy's a legend. Ryan, did you get all those bets down for us? Because we want to put
Please,
that
yeah,
up.
I need
Yes.
those.
I got tonight's. I did not get the weekends.
I got him right
All
here.
right.
We can always watch. You can always watch the show back. You got to share the show. You got to watch it live. Buffalo. Kevin Belenkoff, who's a regular guest on the show, he liked Buffalo tonight too. It's a college game. I don't know who they're playing. I forget what conference.
They are
Toledo.
facing 7-1 Toledo.
I said
Toledo.
that.
Oh, look,
I
Greg
said-
Vaughn knows.
I said, yeah, I know Toledo. Yeah.
Is that Maction? That's Maction. But Maction, is this the first night of Maction? This is the MAC conference. You got to have some Maction.
What's Buffalo's record?
Buffalo is 3-6, 3-5.
Wow.
But they're getting 15.
They're getting 15.
Yeah, they're the underdog.
But I know Toledo, man,
3 and
they're
5.
electric, man.
Toledo's always good. Toledo, that's where, who's our guy? Deontay Johnson played at Toledo, right? I think so.
Khalil Mack was Buffalo.
Khalil Mack.
Khalil Mack.
Buffalo. Yep. Both Mack brothers.
Oh, he was Buffalo. He played at Buffalo. Wow. Yeah, Buffalo. But then he has the bill. This guy bet a lot of bill. He bet Buffalo. He just spent $60,000 in here. So we're gonna ride that guy's coattails.
You know something.
He knows something's
Is he
going
going to
on.
be here tonight? I might come hang out
I'll
with
tell
him.
you what.
It could be a good night.
Whoever the guy is the loudest in the sports book tonight, it's that guy or girl. We don't know. He said.
I don't know though, because the loudest last night was the guy with the trash can.
Dude, I don't know if you heard there was some guys next to us watching Monday Night Football. They were Raider fans, and after Garoppolo's like 5th unforced error or blunder, he went to the deli, pulled the garbage can, and goes, "This is Jimmy Garoppolo right here."
You go see this? This is Garoppolo
Pointing at
right
the
here.
garbage
But
can.
hey, the Raider fans, they wear it hard. You know
Yeah.
what I mean? I know,
These guys were awesome. We loved every second
were
of
great.
sitting.
I
next
know
to
a
them.
lot of them, man, and yeah, they're not too happy. They're not excited about going
It's
in the
been some
building.
rough years.
You know, just going in the building. It's I don't know.
Did you go to? Have you been to a game at the Allegiant Stadium?
Yeah,
yet?
but you know, especially when my 49ers are in town, like New
Yeah.
Year's Day and all that stuff. Yeah, I mean, I'm a Knights fan, an Ace fan,
Yeah.
Aces fan.
Nice.
Now I have to be an A's fan.
An A's fan. I mean, this deal's like 99% done. They're going to take the Tropicana down, going to get rid of the Tropicana and wedge a baseball stadium in there.
Is
I'm
that
trying
what
to
they're
get
talking
him to
about?
move out
Yeah.
here.
Yeah.
I'm trying to get him to come out here.
I mean, he's an empty nester now. We got sunshine.
Yeah,
we got
Me too. We
got
got this
gambling?
together.
Yeah.
Wait, this sounds like an NBC sitcom right now. This is an odd couple version. Greg and Denny,
No, you
Vaughn
should,
and Nagel.
you should have seen that. Yeah, that was ugly.
You guys had some good time. I remember you called me while you were out.
I was going to say, to finish up what we were talking
Yes,
about, dude.
please.
There's some, because you asked this, Frank, too, and there is something, and Greg will attest to this. There is something about when you have that good clubhouse chemistry
Yeah.
like that. It's just so underrated. And Greg was a big part of that, a big reason why we were able to have that, because you challenged Barry Larkin and some of the veteran guys there too, because Barry was kind of more of a quiet leader. And so Greg challenged him to take on more of a vocal leadership role and stuff too. But Greg took on.
I was the bad cop always, everywhere I've been. But ask my kids,
in a great way.
ex-wife, I'm always the bad
In
cop.
a great way. So Greg and Barry, those guys took care of the hitters and stuff, whatever, and kind of mentored the young guys like Aaron Boone and Sean Casey and Pokey Reese and stuff, whatever,
Pokey Reese.
And then me and Pete Harnish took care of the pitchers, and
And
we
you
had
Ave.
Yep, Steve Avery and stuff too, So
But it was a testament, though, too, like I said, because I think besides Robin Yount, the two greatest compliments I ever received was Robin Yount saying that I could have played during his era.
Oh,
you know what
wow.
I mean? And that's, I played for the respect of my peers.
Yeah.
And the year we were on that team, we weren't supposed to do anything. And we had a 1-game playoff. We made it. And the next year, okay, you get Greg Vaughn here. Oh, I hit 47 that year.
Right.
But no, he's not good enough to stay here either.
Jesus.
So they got Ken Griffey Jr., Greg Vaughn, Ken Griffey. I'm taking Jr. all day too.
Wow.
I tried to keep both of us, but they took Jr. And they finished like last. You know what? Pokey, Dimitri
Young?
Casey and Boney, when they were asked the question, on the hitter side, they were like, we miss Vonnie.
Wow.
Because I'm going to tell you, that first day, me and Denny, we think we played the Giants, right?
Okay.
We played the Giants. And the first series, I think we lost 3-0. I'm like, and we got swept 3 times. I was like, okay, that's not bad. Okay, I'm not used to
That
this.
is bad.
But I just came from the World Series, but it's 3 donut already?
Yeah,
So then we go to Atlanta, and it's like 11-1. I come off the field. Denny comes off. Excuse my language. You might want to put your earmuffs on, but we tell everybody, we tell the clubhouse guys, get everybody the fuck out of here. We don't even want the coaches in this son bitch. except
Players
for-
meeting.
Yeah, we had I seen Ronnie O. I seen Hatch,
Ron
and we went a senior.
Wow.
The other 3, y'all just go sit outside and keep smoking your cigars. You know what I mean? And we said, dude, this is unacceptable.
Right.
This is unacceptable. I mean, because they weren't used to taking BP. I'm like, it was hot out. Well, it started at the top. They just wanted to smoke cigars. It
Jeez.
started at the top. They just wanted to smoke cigars.
Well, because Marge smokes cigars.
Shit.
So we gave her a lovely voice.
Yeah. She might have drank some too.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Yeah, right.
But anyway, it was, from that day on, I think it was the expectation that why do we have to have the bad day?
Wow.
And if it's hot for us, it's hot for them. And if I didn't hit 50 home runs to get traded to come lose. I just came out of the World Series.
Yeah, right.
And from that day forward, I mean, like I said, Jeffrey Hammond, Michael Tucker.
Yeah.
We had a bunch of young guys, man, that bought into it. Mike Cameron lived with me. It's
Yeah.
I mean, anybody that came up, they lived with me. You know what I mean? But that was the most fun I think I ever had. And I came from some good teams. And like I said, our San Diego team was really close. I'm close with the people in Milwaukee. Tampa was a little bit of woof. I think that was my scary movie.
For Halloween. Wow, that's amazing. And Texas, I mean, they have some veterans like that. I mean, Corey Seager's been there. He knows how to win. And Arizona has, I guess, Longoria, right? So you need that veteran leadership to keep the kids in line, right?
Well, you look at it too. Bob Melvin, who's a great guy. He left San Diego with some of the best baseball players in the world to go to San Francisco. So that just tells you, you have to be able to have some type of. You have to be able to play for your brother, and and pass the baton, and the W's. Don't get me wrong, because deep down inside, I said, "Hey, man, I got to eat too." You know what I mean? I need to get mine, but at the same time, if someone can move a runner over and I get a ground ball,
you got to sacrifice.
And I just think everyone just has to buy into their role, and I think with analytics, there's a big part of it, that, I'd rather a guy swing, but if this guy's going to hit 190 anyway, and he's going to have 2 home runs anyway, why are you letting him hit away?
So listen. Tonight, game 4 of the World Series. Who do you like in the World Series? Just want to get a World Series take. Are you rooting, or who do you think's going to win? If maybe you're not even rooting for that team.
Well, Tommy Phan's local kid here too. You know what I mean?
Who did the coolest move? Right, 4 for 4. No one had ever had 5 hits in a game, and he gave Jace Peterson his at bat. He went to the and
that's
said,
right. Yeah.
He said, let him take my at bat and bat in the World Series. We're up 8-1, 9-1. That's a class move. That's a team move right there.
But Tommy he was also, in San Diego when they were making their run.
Yeah.
And you had him, and then you had the first baseman. You had guys that guys respected.
Yeah.
Now when everybody's the same age, and don't get me wrong, I mean, they have some great talent. Manny, he's more like Barry. He leaves it all on the field every day. You know what I mean? He Gold Glove, third base, 30, 100 every single day, but he's not vocal. And that's the same thing with, Negs was saying about Lark. Lark was a quiet guy. He played every goddamn day.
Yeah.
It was amazing. That was the first team that I never seen take a fungo. They played
Really?
every ball live during BP, every single one. And it was a testament, because I'd be in left field sometime like, shit, I might not get a ball today.
Oh, you were talking about Manny Machado's. You were talking about when you said Manny, right? Yeah.
Yeah.
Eric Davis was the most dominant player in the league for about 3 or 4. I used to go to Three Rivers, see him destroy the Pirates, take homers away from over the fence. He was my favorite player that wasn't a Pirate. He was unbelievable, Eric Davis.
And it is funny because we're not that far apart in age. I used to tell him and Ricky Henderson, and Ricky lived with me for a little bit in San Diego. But, I get it now. These people come up to me and they're like, dude, I just want to say I grew up watching you play.
Yeah.
I'm like, shit, I thought he's older than me. You know what I mean?
I love it. All right, so Texas or Arizona tonight? Denny, what do you think?
I'm going with Texas again.
Think Texas?
Texas, even though I know Corbin Carroll, great kid.
Oh man, he's going to be around. He's going to get a ring.
But he plays it the right way.
Yes.
Yeah, he's great. I love watching him play.
The matter of fact, that whole team, for the most part,
yeah,
they play baseball the right way. You have two organizations that represent the game of baseball.
All right, well, I'd like to just get plugs out. Talk about your wine, your podcast real quick, and then Denny wants to do something. We're going a little over time, but we don't care. This is like the best show ever. So is there where can we hear your football podcast?
Well, that's Sports and Tacos. It's not mine.
Okay.
Sports and Tacos.
Sports and Tacos?
Sports and Tacos.
That's a great name.
And it's out of L.A. and via Denver.
Okay.
They're big Bronco fans, so I had to hear a lot of crap yesterday.
They got to win. Yeah.
But, it's... The Sports and Tacos is a great time. We have, 4 great people on there, and, it's every Thursday, Monday, Thursday, and Sunday. But for me, I live in Vegas, and they want me to be up at 9:00 for Sunday. that could be a little rough.
Oh my God.
But all kidding aside, we have a great time. But 23 Wines it came about because I did not want to have my celebrity golf tournaments and comedy shows that all represents, it helps me raise revenue for Vaughn's Valley, my foundation,
Okay.
which my oldest son has type 1 diabetes.
Okay.
So it was just trying to find a cure. So whatever comes back from the wine goes to
Oh, wow.
diabetes.
Oh, wow.
And Bob Hendrick, with the Negro League Museum for Major League Baseball, we're also trying to figure out how we can collab where a portion of wine sales to get people to buy wines goes to the Negro League Museum also.
that's awesome.
So vaughnsvalley.org, 23 wines. I own Restore Hyper Wellness Centers.
You're a busy guy.
Yeah, little bit.
Mixing a little golf.
Mixing
A lot of golf.
And Denny, we just want to talk about your charity, which we mentioned yesterday, but Connor Cares, which I've done so many fundraisers with you and everything. Yeah.
Frank has been so generous to come out and do some comedy nights with us, with your boy Dave Coulier.
Dave, cool. Yeah. Everyone freaked out because they're the same person. Yeah. Anyway.
Have you ever seen them both in the same room? Yeah, but no, you can go to connorcaresfoundation.org. But it's the charity my sister and I started because 17 years ago we unfortunately lost my 5-year-old nephew to a drowning accident. My sister's son. So we started this foundation and we donate defibrillators, AEDs to pools and stuff, whatever. Teach kids in inner cities to swim and stuff. We actually donated a bus to get some of the kids to the YMCA's years ago and stuff too. So.
Unbelievable.
Our whole mission is so no other family will have to go through what we went through.
Absolutely. And I mentioned it yesterday. I'm in this competition. I'm trying to help out this shelter where I've adopted 2 dogs from. At Expedition Online is the Venmo handle. There it is right there. And there's Scooby. Venmo at Expedition Online. And then in the description box, you put in Team Start. We're trying to raise money by the end of the week. So if you can donate anything to all 3 of these great charities, a couple bucks for each one would really help. And we really appreciate it. I appreciate that not only did I have 2 all-stars here in the studio, well, I have my producer right here, Ryan, who is going with another mustache.
He's going to Keith Hernandez now.
It is Keith Hernandez.
My name is Inigo Montoya. You killed my father. Prepare to die.
Prepare to die. He's doing a little Princess Bride.
You keep saying this thing. I do not think it means what you...
What's that?
Bobby Valentine.
With Bobby Valentine. I know never knows where
Ryan's taking it off.
I'm trying to keep it in. Trying to keep it on.
Yeah, Bobby Valentine got
Smiles
kicked out of a
too big.
game as the Mets manager, and he went back and put on like the glasses and a mustache. That's the best thing ever. And he just stood in the dugout, and the announcers are dying the whole time. Very Bobby Valentine. Listen, we appreciate you guys watching. Make sure you click that subscribe button. Oh, there. Now that is Bobby Valentine or Groucho Marx. I'm not really sure who you are, Ryan, but you're a man of 1,000 faces. We really appreciate it. Drive for 500 is going to happen. We'll be back tomorrow.
We're at 501.
What's that? We're at 501.
We're at
We got
501.
our 500th subscriber. We have to find out
who's
going to
be the in-studio guest.
Who's going to be the in-studio guest? Hopefully it's the guy with the garbage can and Jimmy. This is Garoppolo. This is Garoppolo right here. I would love that guy. We'll wheel the garbage can in. Denny will be back tomorrow with AL Rookie of the Year 95, Marty Cordova, who's another Vegas guy.
Yep, Marty.
Marty will be here and another fun-packed show. Be careful if you're going out Halloween. Real quick, favorite Halloween candy?
Me, favorite Halloween candy? Reese's.
Reese's, that's the correct answer.
Skittles.
Skittles, good answer. I go with Reese's Peanut Butter Cups. Necco wafers, worst candy ever. Candy corn, up or down? Candy corn?
Nah.
I used to like it.
I know. I've got,
when I was
you're a
younger.
kid. And Ryan?
3 Musketeers.
That's a good one right here.
Or Kit Kats.
Well, here you're 3 Musketeers today on Punchlines. Greg Vaughn, Denny Neagle, I'm Frank Nicotero. Thank you for watching Punchlines. Lines, we're live in Nevada every show.
# Punch Frank Nicotero.